Hey guys, it's Frankie here from Drew's podcast on the Lake Sports. We're gonna do a little quick rapid fire on the Browns game. It's funny how the tides have changed here today. So I'm gonna start off with some simple questions and start firing away, Drew. Number one, should that game have been played today?
No,
Why?
because we lost. I want an excuse for why we lost. But we shouldn't have. We have who knows? What if more people contact tracing? Like, there's no way he only talked to just the receivers and one linebacker. So well, what's that? This game should have at least been postponed a couple hours since our plane ride got delayed like 6 hours. So that's besides the point. Moral of the story: we lost to the Jets. As much as I'm going to try to, this entire thing is going to be me making excuses. But before I make any excuses, I'm going to say you can't lose to the Jets. You can't lose to, no matter what, you lost to the Jets. Point, it's over right there. You can't lose to the Jets.
Fair enough. Is Baker still your franchise quarterback?
Yeah. He didn't have his left tackle, his right guard, and his four receivers. He didn't play horrifically, but he had 3 terrible fumbles. It happens.
Okay. What are your thoughts on the playoff situation?
When you're in. Steelers should be resting their guys, I hope. Unless the Steelers just want to ruin the Browns season, which I wouldn't put past Tomlin, but you win, you're in. So that's what you want. If you told me starting the year, it came down to you winning your final game of the year to make the playoffs, I would have taken that 100 out of 100 times. So
now I've heard a little mixed emotion here. I know you probably didn't get to see that second half of the Steeler game. I didn't get to watch the Browns game. Just from what you've heard and saw, like probably from the updates, is if you had to face that second half Steeler team, are you worried?
no,
No.
not at all. I'm not worried of the Steelers still. I
Okay.
don't. I think we can run it on the Steelers, and if we choose to run the ball, which we don't, I guess we decide to face one of the worst run defenses in the league, and we're just gonna pass it without 4 receivers. Makes perfect sense, Stefanski.
Now I haven't been checking the playoff standings, but like you said, you win, you're in. I don't know if it works out like this or not, but so you are not afraid of going into Pittsburgh first round of the playoffs?
Nope. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of any team not named the Chiefs.
What did you think about? Were you upset with the defense? Still the Jets.
Not really. I mean, so they gave up. So their first touchdown they gave up was a trick play. Those happens. They were just caught off guard by that. So that was 7. Their next 6 came off a Baker fumble. So they just marched 20 yards and scored. So there's 13 of your points. The first touchdown of the half was the embarrassing one where it's like, what are you doing? You can't come out of the half like that against the Jets. That one I'm upset about. And then the field goal at the end, again, is because of a Baker turnover. So I'm not mad at the defense. They're our weak point, and they gave up 23 and they made a bunch of key stops. The defense gave us an opportunity to win. The offense didn't. So,
were you mad with Stefanski's offensive game plan?
Yes. I can't emphasize it enough. That was some of the worst play calling he's had in his career. He just refused to run it to Nick Chubb. You have the best running back in the NFL. One of them, not the best, but one of. Just give him the ball and let him just pound away at the Jets, especially when you're missing your top 4 receivers. It's not like we have all these elite receivers and we're just throwing it up to Julio, D-Hop. No, I don't even remember the guys' names that played. We have Mims is on their team. I don't even remember. I'm telling you, I know 84. That guy was pretty decent. He's from Louisiana Lafayette. I can't even remember his name, though. That's who we played. It sucked. It was a terrible play calling by Stefanski. Run the ball. That's our best thing all year.
Okay. What are your thoughts on the people that will say, okay, but the Broncos had to play without quarterbacks, the Ravens played without their running backs, and the 49ers played with a lot of their starters out, kind of like you guys. And they got demolished by the Packers. And what are your thoughts of that?
The Broncos shouldn't have been playing. I said that right from the get-go. I said it made no sense that they had to play without a quarterback. You can't play in the NFL without a quarterback. You can't play in the NFL without your 4 receivers. The Ravens at least got their game delayed a couple times to get some players back. But then for the Ravens, the one that doesn't make sense was when Des Bryant gets pulled from a game with COVID. He didn't talk to one receiver, so none of their receivers are then pulled from the game. I mean, the NFL is just you're picking and choosing. That's what it makes no sense. So either just when there's COVID, the game's delayed at least one day to then test everyone again, or you contact trace and you pull everyone you play. So make up your mind. There's no consistency with the NFL.
I agree. Are you concerned for Sunday?
Yeah. I'm concerned about facing the Steelers for your whole season.
No, like just not just the Steelers. Just are you concerned about Sunday? Like, I mean, playing anybody.
This weekend's going to be the worst weekend of my life. I already know it. You know what's going to happen? Ohio State's going to lose by 30 to Clemson, so I'm going to just be devastated on that. Then the next day, the Browns are going to get knocked out of the playoffs from the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm going to hate this weekend. It's going to be the worst weekend of my life. I already know it.
Yeah.
That's the worst part. It's going to be back-to-back heartbreak. I'm already prepared for it.
Did you see this coming at all?
When are you asking me? Are you asking me?
I mean, listen, I know like the wide receivers, but let's be real for a second. It is still the Jets.
So, all right, when the receivers were knocked out of the game, I just kept telling myself over and over, we're going to win, we're going to win, we're going to win. So I kind of like just convinced myself that we were going to win. But like immediately when they were all gone, I'm like, oh, we're done. We're going to get throttled. So I convinced myself that we were going to win, but did I really? No. But yeah, I had to post the TikTok this morning just to fully convince myself, just by like, oh, we're going to beat the Jets. Doesn't matter. Just it felt like that would have been the perfect way for this Brown season, just to like put a little cherry on top of it. It didn't matter the situation. The Browns can win when they need it, no matter what. And of course, kind of forgot about that.
Yeah, off topic. A couple weeks ago on the show, I said that I think it was the week before you played the Giants. I said you were going to beat the Giants and lose the Jets, but sorry, I didn't want to text that in chat. I know you're feeling that way because
it's just because we're like the worst part. And then Jedrick, he doesn't have corona; he's just sick. So I think we can still beat the Steelers when we're at full health, and I hope we can. We have to. So just have to wait and see. That's what it is.
Any last? I'm out of questions. So any last minute thoughts?
This sucks. It's not fun. Fun levels are extremely low right now, and I hate this. This is why sports are stupid. Moral of the story: I wish I was one of those guys that just woke up on a Sunday. They had their cup of coffee, had a nice little breakfast. They didn't have work. They just sit around. They might read the newspaper, read a book. They just watch a movie maybe, and they just have a nice, peaceful Sunday. I just want to be one of those people. Just one time. It's one of those times where I didn't have to care about sports and I didn't have heartbreak, because life would be so much better if there wasn't sports. That's a fact. It is a point fact that if Cleveland was blown off the face of this earth, life would be better for me. I'd be a happy, more positive human being. So while you're here, you want to at least talk about the Steelers? You seem ecstatic of doing your little Corvette.
I am absolutely ecstatic, Drew. Absolutely. I went from ready to just absolutely rip on the whole entire organization from head to toe to, oh my God, we might be back. That second half, that was the team that I've been waiting to see these past 3 games that came out in the second half. Like where he started throwing the ball downfield. He looked great. He looked great in that second half. And he gave me hope, and he gave me that sense that he's still him. Because he just the way he came out and was slinging it, I was like, we have a chance to come back and win. And then the defense started playing well. And I think, like, I still think Fittner has to go no matter what. If Tomlin would have lost this game, I was on the fire Tomlin side, and now it's like back on the okay, he can stay. But oh boy, man, if they don't see that opening up the offense like downfield and stuff, it's so easy for him and everybody else for our offense to like. I mean, it's amazing. Defense has to tighten up on certain things. Can't let the big play happen. But I mean, they hammered down the second half too, and 24-7 is a large deficit to overcome, especially against a good team like the Colts, who was playing very well. So yeah, I'm excited. I haven't felt like this in a while. It's not like we just came back against the Bengals or the Jaguars. I was gonna say Jets, but
So funny. Comedian.
I feel good. I feel good. We're still got to get the run game going, especially if you want to play in the playoffs. I don't know what they're gonna do Sunday. I would sit. I don't care. I would. I like why even risk it? I'd sit, and they still need rest, especially him. They all talked about it. Tony Romo was talking about it. The reporters were talking about it. They said they're mentally drained. They need rest, and I would sit Sunday. I would. I mean, what it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? I mean, it matters for you guys, but like it doesn't. What does it matter for us? Like, it's the NFL. We don't like if you get in the playoffs, cool. But we're gonna risk injury to another like star guy like T.J. Watt or someone like that, and against the Browns to keep them out of the playoffs. Like no. But yeah, and the fact that you like it was bad, and I was like, this is bad, very bad. We're gonna get killed. And I was like, at least the Browns are losing. But I thought you guys would come back and win. But wow.
And we had 2 tries. That's the worst part. We had the ball twice to tie it up, and we just couldn't get it done. And a couple plays that just stuck out was Baker missed a big throw downfield. So he made a nice play in the pocket, faked the guy out, and then threw one downfield, just missed them. And then the 4th down, you don't pick up the 4th down on a fumble. And the worst part about that fumble is we recovered it. So, like, Baker, it's knocked out Baker's hands. Kareem Hunt catches it in midair, and we're down less than a half yard short because you can't advance a fumble, which is the dumbest rule ever. I mean, what is that? Why can't you advance a fumble?
Because you can't fumble. Like, they don't want you to, like, fumble it on purpose.
I don't care. Well, what if it's a pitch? The ball never hit the ground. Can it technically be a pitch?
Dude, I don't know. I'm not Gene Steratore.
Gene Steratore said, speaking of Gene Steratore, earlier in the game, Sam Darnold throws it. My watch is literally telling me go breathe because I'm getting so angry. And so Darnold throws it, and easily a fumble. Steratore comes on. He's like, ooh, that's a missed call. It's a fumble. We don't get it. But on that play, we pick it up. We run that into the end zone. That's 7 points right there. That's a tie game. I don't know, actually 6. Cody Parkey probably doinks the extra point again.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
too. He has to. This feels exactly like the Bears season when they made the playoffs. Of you really trust Cody Parkey in a playoff game? No one does, and he's gonna kill us. He's going to ruin us again. Sports suck. Well, I think that's about it for us, right? I mean, we can talk.
Yeah, we'll be back later today. We all got to calm down. All the emotions are high. I feel like we're ready. Drew's ready to go jump over a bridge. I'm ready to go to the Super Bowl again. So we need an hour to digest this stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. This will probably get a lot of views because I was basically crying during it. So that's good at least. Well, thank you guys for watching. Another episode will be out pretty soon. Trivia will also be released soon. Frank, any hints on how trivia went?
Hey, we're here. We climbed out of our hole that we dug ourselves into. We got 2 more games and 2 more wins. That's all that matters. Against those sorry 2, please.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. Jeez, no. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. See you.